Have you ever wanted to get your art or books featured in the media? Today, we have Shequeta Smith, who is a member of our PR Starter Pack community, and I'm so excited to have her tell you her story of getting her featured. She is many things, but she is an award-winning director, screenwriter, and founder of Shero Comics, focused on telling stories of women of color through comics. So she also has a book coming out, which she was able to fund through her Kickstarter campaign. So we're going to chat all the things such as pitching, getting featured in local media, how to connect with writers, and finding your newsworthy story that'll get you featured in the media. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yay. So can you tell me a little bit about all the things that you do? You do so many, you write, you create, you direct. Just give us a little rundown of all the creative projects that you're working on.
Fundamentally, I'm a writer. So I started out as a writer. I came here to Los Angeles to become a screenwriter, which is what I do mostly. But in 2014, I started writing comics. And so I've been doing that kind of like a side thing, but they've actually kind of come together. So I kind of do both. As a writer, you kind of have to direct if you want to get any respect in Hollywood. So I started directing back in 2013, actually no, in 2009, and I've won awards for it. So I'm pretty good with actors, pretty good with putting my words up on the screen. And so I'm just, in the entertainment world, I'm just kind of a triple threat in a lot of ways. So.
Oh, I love that. And I love that you're a woman of color in this industry. Can you tell us really quickly all the places that you've pitched and gotten featured, just doing it on your own without a PR agency?
Without a PR agency, I've managed to get myself into In Style magazine. I managed to get into Los Angeles Standard, the Los Angeles Sentinel. I've managed to get into Childhood Central over a few weeks ago. I've managed to get into Voyage LA and on some news outlets as well.
What have you learned? Because you're in entertainment, right? So you're in media. What have you? And you're a writer,
Yes.
And you're pitching to other writers.
Yes.
So what have you learned about kind of like doing PR on your own and being an advocate for yourself?
The main takeaways is you're kind of like doing their job for them or making their job easier. So you're trying to think of angles that will make them want to write about you or make them want to share your press release. So when I write, sometimes I write press releases, so I write them as a story, try to make a story. That's really the main thing because that's what they're looking for is a story. So if your story is interesting enough, then they'll be able to go sell it to their boss. Like, this is a good story. So that's kind of my main thing is to try to make it valuable, trying to make it worth their time and trying to make it to where I think that their readers will be interested in the story that I'm pitching to them.
What really is interesting to the news media and really what's not interesting to the news media?
What's not interesting is you just pitching your company and trying to be featured because you think you're just like the greatest thing since sliced bread. What's interesting is presenting a problem to them or an issue. Like if you watch the news every day, there's usually issues that are happening or things or problems that people are trying to solve on the news. So you're trying to present to them a problem or an issue that you're fixing, which thankfully with me, with this company, that's my whole strategy is like trying to fix an issue of women of color being represented in the worlds of comics, films, and gaming.
Ooh, I love it so much. I mean, obviously you've been in our community and our PR Starter Pack, and you know it's all about leading with the issue
Yes.
and not your company. So how do you like nicely or like artfully put in like your business or what you're trying to get funded for in that pitch?
It's like my company in a way is, like I said, we're solving a problem. So we're solving the problem of representation. So my company's already going to be in there in some kind of way. But it's just like if I'm pitching something about my company, Shero Games, then I'm talking about how little women are represented in this space and how a lot of the issues that we have when we're trying to if we're trying to play on Twitch or we're trying to play like on my PlayStation and I have like my headset on, a lot of women turn their headset off so men won't know that they're women because they get harassed. So it's just like me writing about that issue in a pitch to the media. They may not know that. So I try to do things that they make little known facts about gaming to kind of help them see that this is an interesting story that may have not been covered before because a lot of people don't know about that.
What are some of the other ways someone can ideate and find their unique angle and story that's not really about the benefits of their product?
I think looking at what they've written about before, maybe, and taking ideas from that, you kind of look and see the types of stories they've written before, types of things they're interested in. I mean, a lot of people have their Instagram up there, so you can kind of see what they like and maybe angle it around what they've written about before. Maybe if they have a kid or something. Like for me, I have a children's book coming out, a children's manga coming out next month. So if they have like a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, then like they're all mine. Like I know how to pitch that because I have a book that will relate to their daughter or their son or daughter. So just trying to find an angle that you think that they'll be interested in because each person is an individual. I mean, if they find something interesting enough, then they're going to go champion whatever you're giving them if it's something that relates to them or is relatable to them.
Can we talk about exactly how you like the different steps,
Hmm.
right? So out of let's say like from beginning where you don't know
Hmm.
anyone to like now being on their speed
Okay.
dial, what was that journey like? What did you do first? What did you do
A lot of
last?
good press releases, a lot of just kind of being in their inbox, just saying, "Hey, hello, this is my who I am. You know, this is what my company does, or whatever." I may do that just to kind of follow up, just yeah, following up with people and just kind of showing them, being able to show them stuff. So I'm able to show them like trailers that I have. I'm able to show them because I'm in entertainment. So I'm able to show them what I have, not just like talk about it. So the things that I've done are pretty impressive. So I think that's what helps me along the way is that I have actual things to show them, like tangible things that they can see and see like what I've done and be impressed by that to want to help me. Yeah.
I love how you just go after opportunities. I've seen how you've transformed your business and the impact that you made since joining this program.
Hmm.
And you're really an inspiration to all of us.
Thank you.
What do you have any last parting words for people who are listening and saying, well, you know, what she's accomplished is amazing, but it's not in the cards for me. And, you know, it's just all the ifs, right? So
Hmm.
how can you help people and elevate them and say, this is doable, even if they have a tiny little business, they're just getting started?
I mean, everybody has value. If you see value enough to start that business with what product you're selling or whatever service you're selling, then there's value in it. If you're able to get customers, if you're able to sell yourself, there's value in it. There's a story in that. So it's just like finding that story, finding your why, using your why to flip that into a press release, letting them know what the why is and what you're solving. Like, I mean, that's really what businesses are about is problem solving or providing someone with something convenient in their life. Like I sold Coca-Cola for 5 years. And like I would go to some account sometimes and people would be like, "Oh, we're not doing Coca-Cola. We're just doing healthy stuff or whatever." I was like, "Okay." And then a couple months later, they call me because their customer has spent all their lives drinking Coca-Cola. They have experiences with that drink. They love that drink. So they had to bring it in. You can be healthy all you want to, but if your product is so great, then people are going to want it. So if people want your product, then there's a story there. There's value there. So it's like every if you started a business, then there's value in this business because you're keeping it going. So then there's a story there.
Yep. Yep. And your worth is your birthright, right? What
Right.
everybody has value, and don't let the noisy social media landscape tell you that somehow other people has it. It's honestly, it's all a facade, right?
Yes.
So if everything is a facade anyways,
Hmm.
why not just go after it?
Yeah.
I want really quickly, you mentioned press releases multiple times.
Hmm.
We do have a couple podcast episodes on press releases. You can go to gloriachoupr.com/41 or 42 if you want to listen to that. So last thing is, how can people connect with you and see all the amazing things that you're building with Shero and beyond?
If you go to sherocomics.com, a lot of things are there. Social media, I'm at Shero Comics everywhere on social media. There, yeah, almost everything that you could possibly read about me is on social media. If you Google Shero, my company usually comes up. If you Google my name, then you'll see all the articles that I've gotten over the years.
Ooh, I'm so grateful that you're a part of our PR community and that we got connected. You've
Yes.
inspired me and so many of us, and I cannot wait to see what you create.
Thank you so
Thank you for being on
much.
the show.